Good day, ladies and gents. Joshua and enjoying a good start to the week. We're going to do midday mentoring. Hopefully you've got yourself a drink, got yourself a sandwich, got your lunch, had a nice morning shift out of the way. What we're going to look at in this video, in this Facebook Live, is the easy money. So there isn't really any, how you doing, Mark? Nice to see you. There isn't really any get-rich-quick schemes, fast, quick, easy, painless money in business. But there are ways, like success and failure are very, very predictable. Hey, AJ, Jane, hey, Raj. Success and failure are very, very predictable. So what we're going to look at is building these businesses can be challenging enough as it is. Systems, recruitment, market conditions, legislation, the government, all businesses are challenging to build is the reality. However, some businesses or some positions in the market is basically easy money, where there's strong revenue, there's high margins, there's good, strong demand, and you can build a really nice, lucrative business. There's a sector of the market where you can operate there. But then equally, strategically, there's other areas of the market, which is the mass market, high competition, low margins. And what we want to do is we want to get you into a space where you're making these lucrative margins, because the back office is difficult, challenge. How you doing, Nick? How you doing, Jane? How you doing, Simon? The back office for building these businesses is hard enough as it is. Why spend all the hard time, hours, heavy lifting, all the energy, building a challenging back office if your front of house is hard as well? So what we're going to look at in this mentoring for the next 15 minutes or so is 3 places to go for the easy money. So 3 things to consider for you to get the easy money into your businesses. So the first is mastering your market. So the most important thing for you to do is to master your market. And what I mean by this is it's basic economics. There's certain spaces in each industry, there's certain spaces in each sector. There's certain places in your market where basic economics of demand and supply will mean that you can do something that's lucrative. So the first thing is to master your market and understand what position in your market is lucrative. So there's lots of different things to consider on this. It takes us literally like 3 months to go through it on Property Entrepreneur. But the headline thing is you want to go somewhere where the price mechanism, so the demand and supply mechanism, warrants a price where you've got a shortage of demand. So a place in your market where there's a shortage of demand, a shortage of supply. So demand exceeds supply. When demand exceeds supply, it means you get lucrative margins. And this is a really good wave to surf in your business. So start to think about your local market, think about the national market, think about the basic economics as a first port of call, because you need to master your market. The danger is people don't do this. The danger is that most people in property go out and follow the crowds. They do what everybody else is doing. They go to areas where there's low barriers to entry. By low barriers to entry, I mean it's really easy to get set up. If there's low barriers to entry, it normally means that there's high levels of activity. It means that people aren't. If there's high barriers to entry, it can become more scarce, it can be more niche. If every man and his dog are jumping in and doing this thing, the likelihood is you're going to have high competition, you're going to have low margins, and demand is potentially going to be competitive against supply. And that's not mastering your market. Think about your space and think about in your industry, in your sector, in your city, in this country, what strategies can you use where demand exceeds supply? So if you use this on a macroeconomic sense in property, something which is probably oversupplied in the main, in most areas, is now entry-level HMOs. So we've got a head office in Nottingham, we've got 7 offices around the UK, and in the mass market, when you're looking at the mass market of HMO stock at an entry level is reasonably oversupplied. So it means there's high voids, there's high competition, there's low margins. That's not really the best space to be. However, we're in the summer period now. The majority of our offices are well over 95% occupancy. And the reason for that is our offices are based in markets where demand for that profile of stock exceeds supply. And that's basically the macroeconomics, so demand exceeds supply, or they're niched. They're niche products, they're C grade and C grade stock in A grade areas, or A grade stock in C grade areas. It's finding a niche where you can own that and master your market. So the first thing is mastering your market. Find a niche, find a crest of a wave, find an opportunity in a market where demand exceeds supply to get a good price point. Don't do what every man and his dog's doing. Don't do what every single person at your local pin meeting's doing. Go get into those networks, master what everyone else is doing, and then find an opportunity where nobody else is doing it. If you're looking for lucrative margins, like we talked about before, in the UK, if you're doing 10 to 15% triple net end of year, that's considered to be a very, very lucrative business. You're top of the pile. We're talking here about finding like 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, even 50% businesses by mastering your market and understanding where the margins are. So if you look at all of our companies, they've all mastered the market. They're all crest of a wave. So things like Property Entrepreneur. We're not doing a rent-to-rent course or a HMO course. That is the mass market. It's very competitive. We're doing business in property. So, we're the only company doing the 12-month end-to-end, unique and bespoke, proven methodology. It's a space that we own. So that's the crest of a wave. If you look at manor house developments, high density build to rent developments in high yielding areas. That is a niche. That is a mastery in the market. That's taking the PRS, so the private rented sector. It's taking build to rent. It's taking high density, and it's taking national minimum space standards. Putting all of that together to master the market. You genuinely are finding there 20, 30, 40%. The last deal we just sold last week or the week before, we made just over 40% net profit on. And you're talking in the hundreds of thousands of pounds. It's very, very lucrative. So the first is master your market. Don't follow the masses. Operate on the curve. Operate on the crest of a wave. Operate on the edges. Operate in niches. Master your market and find a space where the margins are high. Low competition, highly niched, high margins. So that'd be the first one. The second one. So the second thing with regards to the easy money is to be remarkable. So stack 'em high, sell 'em cheap is one model, but it's not a hugely competitive model. Like there's people in that space that own that, and they normally own that because they've got a huge distribution network, they've got economies of scale. That's a big it takes a lot of work to get a business like that up and running. If you want to do stack 'em high, sell 'em cheap, and make it lucrative. Start thinking about the second thing of easy money is build something that is truly remarkable. Something that your competitors can't touch. Something that your clients... Remarkable means, if you haven't read it, read Seth Godin's Purple Cow. Being remarkable means that it's something different that people will actually physically go out and remark about. So things that would be remarkable, a purple cow is remarkable because, you drive past a purple cow, you see a million cows, you see a purple one, that is remarkable. People talk about it. It's unique, it's bespoke. Maybe you've got a product or a methodology. You've got a methodology that shows exactly how your product or your service or your business can add value to other people's businesses or other people's lives. It shows what their value is, and that's a remarkable methodology. Perhaps you do things that are different. So being different is a really, really good way to get remarkable. So, for example, my barbers. So my Turkish barbers that I go to, that I need to actually go to this week because I have a very hairy ginger beard at the moment. My barbers, when you go in the barbers, it's a normal barbers. They do a really good haircut. They do a really good shave, as you can tell. Not so much this week. Really good haircut, really good shave. But they do loads of little things. So, for example, they'll put music on. So they've got their phones connected to their TV and music on. And they ask what music you like when you're sitting there. And you tell them an artist they like. They put a playlist on. And for the period you're in the chair, you're listening to music you like. They've got phone chargers next to their seats. So, for example, when you sit down, they say, would you like me to charge your phone for you? You would not, like, the amount of times I go in there and my phone's running flat, the fact that they go above and beyond and plug your phone in to charge whilst you're waiting, that costs them nothing. Like a bit of electricity and a couple of plug sockets. That costs absolutely nothing, but it makes it remarkable because then you tell other people. When the guy who owns it, Sam, when Sam's in there, he'll often ask the people who are in the chair if they want a drink. You know, I'm going to the shop, can I get you a bottle of water or a can of Coke or something? These little things are remarkable. What little things can you do in your business to make it remarkable? And this is where you start to get the easy money, because you get repeat clients, you can charge higher margins, you get referral-based business, which means you can become oversubscribed and you don't have to worry about competing on price or spending loads of money on marketing. The second way to get the easy money is, how can you build something that's truly remarkable, it's different, it's out there, it's unique, it adds a lot of value to the people who you serve. What little things can you do to your business to make it remarkable? And this will be another way to level up your business and to go for the easier money. You know, if you're going to put all the hard work into doing the back office, you might as well do it for an easy front of house. You don't want to be worrying about making sales. And if you're worrying about making sales for small margins, you know, there's so much difficulty there. You want to have you want to have premium price points or lucrative margins. You want to have demand exceeding supply and create a remarkable product so people do actually queue up and want to buy it. So PPN Portfolio Builder, our portfolio building company, got £10 million paid waiting list. People pay £1,000 to join the waiting list because it's a remarkable service. It's end to end. They get weekly photos, they get weekly updates, they get weekly videos, they get a complete bespoke end to end service. They get all of the documentation that, you know, all of this stuff that just doesn't come with traditional deal sourcing. At the end of a project, we send them a photo album, which is made by a wedding photographer, which has got the photos of the site start to finish, from when it was a building site up to the finished product. How do you make your business truly remarkable, where people will, you know, they will join a waiting list, they will pay to actually secure their place on your business? How do you get testimonials? So, for example, Property Entrepreneur, you saw the last accelerator we did. Bearing in mind that's a £3,000 3-day program at the Belfry. People have to spend 3 days out of their lives. It's a significant financial and time investment. And our last accelerator was rated 9. This is every single person, every single question, every single score on their feedback sheet. Our average score was 9.9 out of 10. You know, that is a remarkable product. People go and, you know, they'll tell their friends, they'll tell their family. And then obviously we did our accelerator. We then promoted our feedback scores. And then we opened up for our next accelerator, and 40 places sold out because it was remarkable. People recommended it. They've got their friends and family they want to get on the program. I've had messages today on Facebook Messenger saying, "Look, please, can you get these people onto the program? Because I want them to benefit from the value of the program." One message this morning said, I've said to them, like, I want to get them a place on there, and I've guaranteed that if they don't like it, one of our clients will be giving them their own money back. You know, they're that much of an advocate for the business and for the product. They physically want their friends to enjoy it. You know, like when you rant and rave about Apple EarPods or a product or service that you think's so amazing, people just have to have it. Think about how you can do that with your business. What things can you do to make you remarkable? And it doesn't mean you have to be the best. It does normally mean you have to be different. You know, the barbers, charging your phone up, getting you a drink, letting you play your own music. Things like that are remarkable. What can you do in your business to make it remarkable? That's where you'll start to find the easy money. And then third one, the third one is being oversubscribed. So Daniel Priestley, one of my mentors, wrote a book called Oversubscribed. When you're looking for the easy money, again, what we're saying here is there is no get rich quick. There is no fly by night. All of this stuff takes work. But if you can get your business into a point where you've found a position in the market, you've made your product remarkable, and then you spend enough time, energy, focus making it strategic, you want it to get this flywheel going of momentum. And when you can become oversubscribed, this makes things a lot easier, because it means oversubscribed basically means there's people queuing up to do business with you. And this is all about mastering your market. It's all about making the product genuinely remarkable, so people will go out and remark about it, refer people. It genuinely is a high value adding product or service. And then the third one is make it oversubscribed. Make sure you've got your promotion nailed effectively. Make sure you're understanding how to build these campaigns out. How do you actually build out a £10,000 or £100,000 or £1 million campaign where you can get this momentum going to ramp up the interest, ramp up the drive, and get that demand and supply mechanism to be in your favour. Oversubscribed is all about strategy. It's all about building a campaign, and it's all about educating your market in the product that's remarkable within a space where demand does actually exceed supply. If demand doesn't exceed supply, you can't make a business oversubscribed. All of our businesses are oversubscribed. So, in fact, that might be a bit of a flippant comment. Many of our businesses are oversubscribed. So, for example, Property Entrepreneur. You've all seen today, the accelerator is oversubscribed. We literally have bought every single room in the Belfry for the Thursday and Friday night of the accelerator. There is no more. If you ring the Belfry today, there is no more rooms available. We've taken every single room to try and get as many people in as we can. That's genuinely oversubscribed. PPN Portfolio Builder. We had up until a year and a half ago, January 2018, a £10 million paid waiting list where people pay £1,000 to join. We haven't even been able to open that waiting list for the last 2 years, year and a half, because the demand for the product is so high. If you can master your market and then create a product and service that's genuinely remarkable, you better invest inward to your business, inward to your product, inward to your service, and making it amazing than go shouting up from the rooftop about something that's average. Create something that's truly remarkable, it's well positioned, it's niched, and get people queuing up to do business with you. And then what you'll find with regards to the easy money is it will create this inertia, it will create this momentum, it will build this hype where people are queuing up to do business with you. And then it means by default, the easy money starts to come, because you can increase your price points and you can charge deposits, and your marketing cost per unit does start to reduce. If you can get these three things together, it genuinely does mean you'll find an easier front of house. The back office is always difficult, systems, finance, managing operations, recruitment team, all of that is difficult. Obviously, it's easier when you know how. We take all of you through this on the Property Entrepreneur program, through the methodology step by step. When you've got all of that, that gives you the best chance of success, but it's still challenging. Don't do all of that hard work, all of that back office, all of that investment to get the business going, only to open the doors and find out that you're in a saturated market. You're going for low margins. You're trying to sell a product that isn't well developed. Master your market. Find a niche. Find the crest of a wave. Get in the introduction or the growth phase of the curve. Get on as early as possible. Master your market. Get a high demand position. Get a premium price point, go for the large margins, absolute minimum target gross margin 20%. It is realistic to be going 30, 40%, even plus. We've got businesses with a target gross margin of a business model gross margin of 50%. These are realistic, but they are the needle in a haystack. You really have to look for those. Master your market. Invest heavily into the business and into the product and the service to make it truly remarkable. Think about what can you do differently in your business to make it remarkable. What can you do that's going to make your clients rant and rave about you, think you're amazing? Is it sending them a free gift? Is it sending them a free bonus? Is it creating a unique methodology that's completely different to anything anybody else has done before? Is it buying your clients, if you own a barbershop, buying them a drink, plugging their phone into charge, playing the music? What can you do to make your business truly remarkable? Is it like Portfolio Builder, sending them a hamper at the end of the deal? The last thing, so Portfolio Builder, we charge our minimum fees £15,000. The last deal we did, our fee was £48,000. the last thing that goes out the door, if the last thing that goes out the door is an invoice and the last thing that comes in is you getting paid, that's not a remarkable end to the journey. If you then send a hamper and a thank you and a card and a photo album with here's your site start to finish, that is remarkable. And then obviously that is going to be sitting on a coffee table somewhere at in one of your clients' lounges, and their friend comes over, have a look at this. This is a site that I bought. This is a site I developed. That's remarkable. And then finally, get oversubscribed. You know, read up on the process, understand how to build campaigns. On Property Entrepreneur, we train this start to finish, show you how to do this. Get people queuing up to do business with you. Get a waiting list. Build the hype. Raise the profile. Promote your case studies. Promote your clients. Promote your customer service scores. If you pull those three things together, it will make for the easy money. The back house is the back office is always going to be difficult. Do it for an easy front of house. Right, with that in mind, I better go. Hopefully you all got good value from that, and it was something to keep you entertained while you're eating your lunch. I'll try and do a video tomorrow. If I can, I will stick a post on the group in the morning. Otherwise, thank you very much for joining us. The back office is always going to be challenging. If you're going to build a business, make sure you're opening the door to a lucrative front of house. You know, demand exceeds supply, strong premium price point, strong margins, make things easy for yourself. You know, success and failure are very, very predictable. Master this methodology, take it step by step, and you know you'll achieve those things in your business as well. So thank you very much for joining us today. Can't believe how many of you have come on the call. So great to see you all. Hope you've enjoyed your lunch, a bit of lunchtime mentoring, and I'll see you again same time tomorrow, midday. Take care.